Hey everyone, welcome back to Terramera Gardens. Today we're going to be looking at Tillandsia xerographica, which is a large epiphytic bromeliad native to Central America, primarily found in Guatemala, El Salvador, Honduras, and southern Mexico. It's one of the most recognized and sought after air plant species due to its size, symmetry, and sculptural form. The species naturally grows in seasonally dry forests at moderate elevations, where it attaches to tree branches and absorbs moisture and nutrients from the air. Unlike terrestrial plants, Tillandsia xerographica does not grow in soil. It is an epiphyte, meaning it anchors itself to surfaces such as tree bark without parasitizing the host. Its root system functions mainly for attachment rather than nutrient absorption. Water and dissolved nutrients are absorbed through specialized leaf structures called trichomes. These microscopic scales give the plant its distinctive silvery gray appearance and allow it to capture humidity, rainfall, and organic particles from the surrounding air. The plant forms a symmetrical rosette composed of broad, arching leaves that curve gracefully outward. Mature specimens can reach 2 to 3 feet in diameter under optimal conditions. Leaves are thick, leathery, and covered in dense trichomes, which help reduce water loss and reflect intense sunlight. This adaptation allows the species to tolerate high light levels and periodic drought conditions in its native habitat. Coloration ranges from pale silver to soft gray-green, depending on light exposure and hydration. In brighter environments, the plant often appears more silver due to increased trichome density. When hydrated, the leaves may appear greener as moisture makes the surface more translucent. The combination of scale texture and curled leaf form gives Tillandsia xerographica a sculptural quality that distinguishes it from many other air plants. Flowering occurs once the plant reaches maturity, which may take several years. The inflorescence is tall, branched, and striking, featuring bracts that range from pink to red with tubular flowers that are typically lavender to purple. Blooming can last several weeks to months. After flowering, the mother plant gradually declines, but it may produce offsets, commonly referred to as pups, at the base. These pups can be separated once they reach approximately one-third the size of the parent plant. In cultivation, Tillandsia xerographica requires bright indirect light and strong air circulation. It tolerates some direct sun, particularly morning light, but prolonged intense exposure can cause leaf burn. Watering typically involves soaking the plant thoroughly for 20 to 30 minutes once per week, with frequency adjusted based on climate and humidity. After soaking, the plant must dry completely within a few hours to prevent rot, particularly at the base of the rosette. This species prefers warm temperatures between 60 and 90 degrees Fahrenheit and does not tolerate frost. It benefits from occasional fertilization with a diluted bromeliad or air plant fertilizer during the growing season. Good airflow is essential as stagnant conditions increase the risk of fungal issues. Ecologically, Tillandsia xerographica plays a role in forest canopy ecosystems by providing microhabitats for insects and small invertebrates. However, due to overcollection in the past, wild populations experience pressure leading to conservation regulation and increased emphasis on nursery propagated specimens. Overall, Tillandsia xerographica is a drought-adapted epiphytic bromeliad, distinguished by its large rosette form, silver trichome-covered leaves, and dramatic flowering structure. Its structural symmetry, environmental resilience, and low soil requirements make it a significant species in both natural ecosystems and cultivated ornamental collections. And that wraps up today's plant profile. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like them, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, happy growing.